He's one of the most successful DJs of all time. He's also been a Bond villain and starred in EastEnders. And he's also a critically acclaimed artist who I've just been battling against on Celebrity Mastermind. You'll be able to see who came out on top of Christmas. Will you please welcome the man himself? Let's hear it for Goldie. Come on!
Hello, mate. How are you? Hey, hope you're good. You are? Nice. Very well. Good. Oh, yeah, you are. Good to meet you. You are? How are you? Very good, man. Very good. Very good.
Goldie, you can relax tonight, after Celebrity Masterminds.
After that terrible time.
Wasn't it just?
Absolutely got taken apart on that game.
Oh,
we were so stupid, me and him. We were like, what are we doing here? We need to leave pretty quickly.
He was muttering under his breath to me, why are we here? Why are we here?
Oh, no.
And I had the sweat running down my back saying, I don't know, Goldie, I don't know.
It's like, you get Lloyd Grossman and I'll get the bird.
Yeah. We'll have him outside. Lloyd Grossman, he knows everything.
Yeah, probably the cleverest guy I've ever met.
And me as well,
I mean,
everything.
It was 18th century this and that, and I'm
That's
like,
right.
turn it in.
He was doing all the stuff about art, wasn't he? 18th century Italian art.
Too much.
I did the life and times of Gypsy Rose Lee. What was yours?
Well, mine was obscure, P.T. Anderson. The films
I know!
of P.T.
Why did you pick
because
that?
I'm a massive fan of P.T. Anderson. I've always loved his films, and especially the way that he makes films work. I've always been a massive fan of cinematography. But I thought to myself, sitting there going, just why did you choose EastEnders? You know, so you got Stacey and Gavin, was it?
Gavin and Stacey, yeah.
Stacey,
and the easiest questions.
I know.
Where does Stacey live? And we're going... you have to shout out the
Peter
answer.
did the order on Thursday. I'm like, I haven't got a clue.
Are you a competitive person by nature?
I mean, I used to be very... I mean, musically, I've always been competitive with music and urban art and everything else.
Yeah.
But I've always been a little bit like that. But I was always the one that failed at school miserably. So I think when I came out of school, I wasn't academic. So I think that I was always competitive with, like, urban culture, always. Whether it was breakdancing and getting your tracksuit dirty, whether it was painting somebody's wall or, you know, or making jewellery and doing stuff. I've always been very competitive in that way.
Now, you had an eventful childhood, didn't you?
Yeah, it was pretty eventful. You know, I must give a wave to my mum, by the way. She said, hello, Mum. My mum had a really difficult time when she was younger, and with us, we had a very difficult time. And, you know, I spent my life in institutes, really. To be honest, it was, to tell you the truth, it done me the world of good, because it was really tough out there then for my mum and stuff, and she did good. And basically with social workers, I had them all my life, really. I've always been around social workers, so that's why I did the whole social worker campaign thing.
Well, you see, I think they get a lot of unfair press, social workers. Yeah. Because you only ever hear the bad stories. You never hear of the continually good things that they do.
Yeah, well, when they do something bad, everyone knows about it. As soon as something, you know, all the work they people don't see. Went to do an event last week, and it was around the corner for the minister. We were sitting there with 250 social workers doing a speech to them, and the faces of these people, you know, and the demographic of where they come from. And these are the people that, you know, that shape people like my life over a period of 20, 30 years. And it was really nice to put something back in on that level, you know?
You're part of a campaign, aren't you, to get people to become social workers?
Well, you know, Ed Balls who's been championing that. I've really did the commercial last year, if any of you saw this, which was a little acting role in the woman's voice of a young teenage mother.
I saw it. It was very disturbing.
Yeah, it was quite disturbing, but I think they wanted to get the message right to the hilt, you see, because I think that the old generation of social workers, you know, it's changing now.
What they used to call the Lady Almoner in hospitals.
Yeah.
That was the social
You know, I had one
name.
for...
the Lady Almoner.
Yeah, I had one for, like, 9 years, Miss O'Connor, and she was with me for 9 years. Like, it was like a grandmother. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of changed now, how you look after kids now. There's different things that focus in now, and it's all different now. But I've been, you know, they've now got £100 million to go ahead and build, like, a social worker Royal College to kind of get them the right training, because it takes years to train this stuff.
Do they still have CQSWs? Because that was
well, I think that's faded out too. I mean, it really is a strange one, but yeah, it was a good thing. And then we were at you know, number 10 in the morning at 9 o'clock, so that was interesting.
Is it big inside number 10? Or
I'll tell you what, though, Churchill's chair ain't half comfortable.
Oh, is it?
I'm sitting there in the cat going, oh, my God, have that, mate.
See, they've never let me in.
Yeah.
I've turned up, knocked on the door, and they said, up it.
Yeah. It was interesting, but I thought Gordon Brown's hands ain't half warm. Do you know what I mean? But, anyway.
I'll tell you what, Goldie, though, about your paintings, seriously, they're fantastic.
Yeah, well, not a lot of people know that I do that. I've been
brilliant.
painting for, like, 25 years. Funnily enough, my son's backstage, old Danny boy's back there, and he says to me, Dad, you got pink paint on your arm? And it's a true story. Last night, you know, I said to Paul last week, you know, it was literally, he called me up and said, look, you want to do the show? And I said, well,
I was looking at your artwork, you said, and the cheesecake poses, you know, those fabulous...
Oh,
they're fantastic.
Well, I've always been into women and burlesque women, the whole thing. And
Snap,
and last night, I thought, you know, I started at 11 o'clock, I finished at 4, got my head down for 2 hours, got back up at 6:30, daughter went to school, got back in the, you know, in the studio, finished 8:30, and it's, you know, something I've done for you, a little Christmas present.
Oh, no.
I've done you a nice Christmas present.
I cry, Goldie. My bladder's too near my eyes at the moment.
What it is, look, it's out with the old in with the new, and I thought, I've called it the Ghost of Lily Savage.
Oh, really?
So it's basically, you know, good luck for the future with what you're doing and everything else, and you've been a stand-up guy for us all, so...
Oh, don't. Look, I'm going dinner to Auntie Chris.
It's been really good. I mean, the last 3 years, I mean, people didn't know I was painting, and I met this wonderful guy, Eddie Locke, who's my manager now, and he's been managing my art for 3 years, and we literally did 3 shows, 1 show a year, and it's been fantastic, and it's literally full circle for me. I've been painting for 25 years. Yeah. And Eddie came along and said, what are you doing with this stuff? And I'm like, well, when I was doing this 25 years ago, I was getting nicked for it. Yeah. So, and now it's cool and trendy, and I'm like, really? So you can, like, you know, make a few quid. So Eddie kind of put a lot of money in. We bankrolled the first show. And it's been non-stop ever since, you know, and hats off to him. So we've been really good. We've got a show on right now with Death by Daylight at the Lock-Up, and it's the lock-in tomorrow night, the closing party out there in East Castle Street, if anyone wants to come down. And we're breaking the show down tomorrow. It's been gone for 2 weeks, and it's been fantastic. Oh,
but do you know what I loved you when you were conducting on Maestro? Did you love it?
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, I've always been into... I'm always weird with music, me. I've loved classical music. Yeah. I've always had a thing for Goretzky. It's one of those Catcher in the Rye for me. If I see a copy, I'll buy it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got asked to do it because I love Goretzky, and I went to meet Peter Manuri from BBC and said, look, do you want to have a crack at this? And I'm like...
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'd love to. And it really is different. And the funny thing about it, what people don't realise, is that we're quite lucky in electronic music because we get a click that tells us we've got to put that tune in at that speed. And it's done for you, really. You've just got to wrap the sound around and be dynamic. The difference is with this thing is that when you're standing in front of an orchestra and they're all playing and you're going like this and you're thinking... and you're speeding them up and slowing them down. Yeah. And the first time we tried it, they actually slowed to a stop. And I thought, oh, my God, what have I done? And it really is one of the most fascinating things, that you've got to really push the orchestra away from you and have a space between you and them. But it's fantastic. It really is a fantastic thing.
We've got a clip of you here now conducting Beethoven's Fifth, a piece I'm very familiar with. Are we going to unveil this then?
Well, yeah, we are, right. So, you're going to start a new beginning, right? So you're going to start a new beginning. It took me all night, this did. Right, so this is you, and it's the new.
Oh, my Lord, that's
there you go. Job done.
Goldie, that's incredible.
Took me 7 hours to last night.
Oh, Goldie, you're joking. Oh, come here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it with this man. Come on, let's hear it with Goldie. Goldie, come on, over there.
Yours, mate, there you go.
Up next, we've got Pam Ferris and those Christmas games, including eating biscuits, blindfolded, it's all nail-biting stuff. I'll see you after the break. I can't get over that.